To vote 2022 now, one of the most watched races here in North Carolina.
Talking about that critical Senate race between Ted Budd and Cheri Beasley. This morning, results show Republican Ted Budd as the winner of the race with 51% of the vote. Cheri Beasley, the Democrat, with 47%.
Our Anthony Wilson joins us live with more from the Senator-elect Ted Budd's victory. Anthony, good morning.
Good morning, Barbara. Both Senate seats here in the North Carolina U.S. Senate remain in the Republican column as Budd prepares to take over from the seat that's now occupied by Richard Burr. Budd walked on stage with his wife and 3 kids late last night at the Marriott in downtown Winston-Salem. Folks here, there it is, were very confident that the outcome would be what it turned out to be. But some precincts in Wake County took a little longer to report, so they waited until it was all over before they started celebrating. Now, Budd thanked Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson, now Senior Senator Thom Tillis, and former President Donald Trump for their support, and Budd says he is ready to go to work.
So here in North Carolina, we're not flashy, we're not loud. Folks, we just get the job done. And that job is important now more than ever.
I called Senator-elect Budd to congratulate him. And I offered him my support and encouraged him to stand in the tradition of our state, to be an independent leader that puts North Carolina first.
And Budd said during that phone conversation with Cheri Beasley, he thanked her for the spirited race that she ran and her years of service to North Carolina. John and Barbara.
Anthony, thank you. This morning, House races having major implications on the country's balance of power.
One of the most watched was North Carolina's 13th congressional district. Overnight, Democrat Wiley Nickel defeated Republican candidate Bo Hines.
Our Anna Rivera joins us now with a county-by-county breakdown.
Well, John and Barbara, this was one of those races that analysts said could go either way. District 13, right here in the center of the state, you can see it's turned blue, and that's because 51.3% of the voters decided to vote for Wiley Nickel. Now, this is significant because this was previously held by Ted Budd, the Republican, who's now the senator-elect. So this is a major flip in the power balance. So this was something that a lot of analysts were watching very closely, and of course, again, Wiley Nickel taking it for them. John?
Thanks, Anna. Now, it's still too early to tell if there's been a shift in the balance of power in Washington.
According to ABC News, Democrats hold 48 seats in the Senate compared to 47 for Republicans. There are still 5 undecided races. In the House, it appears Republicans have wrestled control, but nothing's been declared yet. ABC's Justin Finch is tracking the latest from Washington.
A major win overnight. ABC News projecting Democrat John Fetterman as the winner of Pennsylvania's open Senate seat.
I never expected that we were going to turn these red counties blue. And tonight, that's why I'll be the next U.S. Senator from Pennsylvania.
Fetterman's fitness for office questioned after suffering a stroke last spring. The lieutenant governor now defeating Trump-backed Republican Mehmet Oz after mega endorsements from Oprah, former President Obama, and President Biden. The Pennsylvania pickup seen as key for Democrats in a battle for control of the Senate chamber. Candidates in other key Senate races still hopeful they will pull out wins.
We always knew that this race would be close. And so here, that's where we are.
Senate Democrat Raphael Warnock locked in a neck-and-neck race for re-election against Republican challenger Herschel Walker.
If you can hang in there a little bit longer.
If neither Walker nor Warnock gets 50%, they will face a runoff election next month.
It is clear that we are going to take the House back.
Republicans predicting a red wave on election night, but ABC's John Carl says results are bearing out otherwise.
It's nowhere near the night they thought they were going to have, and it's not a certainty that they're going to take the House back.
And exit polling shows young voters have been decisive in this election, overwhelmingly backing Democrat candidates in House races and largely choosing abortion over the economy as their top issue. And in that crucial Georgia Senate race, they're backing Democrat Raphael Warnock. On Capitol Hill, I'm Justin Finch, ABC News.
There will be a new Democrat congressman from North Carolina. State Senator Don Davis won the race for District 1, taking over for the retiring G.K. Butterfield. In District 2, Democrat Deborah Ross easily holds on to her seat. In North Carolina's 4th Congressional District, which covers Durham, Orange County, Granville, part of Chatham counties, Democrat Valerie Foushee will replace the retiring David Price.
Now to several key races a lot of you have been watching right here in Wake County.
That includes a new leader over the sheriff's office. Tamara Scott is live with the details. Tamara, good morning.
Well, good morning. There is a new sheriff in town, and that man is really Rowe. He won the election last night against former Sheriff Donnie Harrison. Now, Rowe, a 28-year veteran of Wake County's Sheriff's Office, winning with 54% of the vote. Now, Rowe, who defeated incumbent Gerald Baker in a runoff in the Democratic primary back in June, inherits a department facing an increase in violent crime, staffing issues, and still recovering from the murder of Deputy Ned Burt. Now, in his victory speech, he called on every county resident for help.
Tonight is the beginning of a new day, a new way, a new sheriff, a new opportunity for all of us to live in harmony. So in order for us to be that one America, it starts tonight.
Now, Gerald Baker, who came in second in the primary, will officially retire on December 1st, and he did send out a farewell letter, and you can read that letter over on our website, abc11.com. Back to you.
Thank you, Tamara. Now to Durham County and the race for sheriff there. Incumbent Democrat Sheriff Clarence Burkhead re-elected. He defeated Maria Joses, running as an independent candidate. In the Sandhills, incumbent Cumberland County Sheriff Ennis Wright defeating Republican challenger LaRue Wyndham. Wright, the Democrat, with 60% of the vote. Our election coverage continues with another big race in Wake County, the Raleigh mayoral race.
Voters re-elected incumbent Mary Ann Baldwin for a second term. She defeated two challengers, Terrence Ruth and Aquanta Copeland. In her victory speech, Baldwin says affordable housing remains a top priority. She'll also be working to expand the transit system and heal the community after the Raleigh mass shooting.
We have to keep in mind that this isn't about politics and it's not about campaigning. This is about governing. And we all have to come together and govern on the issues that are important.
Baldwin says that she looks forward to working with the new city council. All seats were up for election in the midterms.